Inside your bedroom, we stopped counting the days, lost in the rhythm.
I can't believe that you came into my life. You made me feel again, now it's my turn. You say you've always been a little bit shy, but I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin. You're spinning for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win.
I look really gross, but I just wanted to say that Finn and I just got back from a run, and we ran to the park. We played there. There were other kids there that taught Finn a couple games, which was adorable. And then we ran back. And I just wanted to point out, I haven't been on a run in a super long time, and I have been missing it. I know I have, but I have just had the hardest time the last few months slowing down to do the things that I enjoy. And I think I'm getting so caught up in the stressors in my life that I'm forgetting that I can slow down. So that is something that I want to work on a lot more in this month of April, is not just like specifically running more, but taking small minutes like that for myself to slow my brain down, because I think I'm just jamming way too many things into my schedule. And then when I do have downtime, my brain is going and going, and it's so caught up in the stressors in my life that I'm not present emotionally. So we're gonna work on that in April. I am gonna go shower. Hi, hello. It's been a little while. So today it is, what is today? It's the 10th. It is April 10th. It's been a little bit since I have talked with you guys, and since this entire video series is all about self-care, taking care of myself, and like being intentional with my time, and just trying to build positivity in my life, I wanted to sit down and talk a little bit about all the things that I've been doing and working on in order to do those things. But first, I think I want something to put my camera on so my angles are not so shaky. Hang on. Okay, that's much better. So really, the biggest thing is April, the beginning of this month, end of March, I started to notice myself falling into cycles. So this entire year has been a lot. It's been really difficult. That I've not hidden from anybody. I'm just having a really difficult time balancing my workload and setting boundaries and limits with myself. And I also have had a lot of heart-to-heart conversations with myself about what I want from my future. None of that has changed in this world that you are like involved in. Writing has been great. My author platform has grown so much. This year, just in 2024, the very few months we've actually had of 2024, I have been blown away by the amount of support that all of you guys have shown me, the way that my social media platforms, YouTube, my readership has grown exponentially. And what I love, especially about the indie author world, is that people come out in force for indie authors and indie books. And so I've been shown so much love and support, and I've been given a lot of advice and help when I've asked for it in regards to all things authordom. So that has been going super well for me, but I have not given it nearly enough recognition in my life, and I have not soaked in all of the gratitude that I feel for that and celebrated those milestones as much as I should have. And instead, I have been filling so much of my emotional, I've been filling so much of my brain, and I've been dwelling much more on the emotions of overwhelm and stress from trying to do everything else outside of that. So it has been difficult this year because on the one side, author stuff is going crazy well. I've grown so much, I'm almost at like capacity as far as things that I can do myself and what I have time to do myself in order to maintain and like sustain some of the growth that I have had. So on the one hand, it's a really great problem to have. And I'm so thankful that I have that, because a lot of people, a lot of authors don't get that. And a lot of people want to become authors, and a lot of writers try really, really hard and do all of the right things, or the things that they're told they need to do, and they don't see the success, at least in the way that I have, or they don't have the support that I have, like from my family, my husband. They are wonderful, and they help me balance a lot of things, and I know that a lot of people don't have that, so I am very grateful. But I am a little ashamed that my brain is full of so much anxiety and stress about everything else going on in my life, and it's cluttering my brain, and it's getting in the way of me not only celebrating my successes, but now it has also slowed down a lot of my momentum. So this month, have been very, very intentional about noticing the patterns and taking steps to minimize some of that stress and inject a lot more positivity and joy back into my life. And I wanted to share with you guys some of the ways that I've one, noticed those patterns, and then two, the two different ways that I'm starting to tackle them, because it's sort of twofold in helping with my mental health, my stress load, and then also getting to do more and just enjoying my time. So firstly, it sounds really silly to say this, but I have slowed down physically, which is strange to say. And I noticed this because at work, there's kind of a little joke when I walk into the office from out in the hallway, because I always wear a pair of booties. I wear these short heeled shoes, I wear a pair of heeled shoes just about every day. They're my work shoes, I call them, because they're one of my most professional looking, but also most comfortable. And I wear them most days. And it means that because they're a heeled pair of shoes, that on the tile floor when I walk in, I make a tapping sound. My shoes make sounds. And there are only two people on the entire floor that wear shoes like that. And it's me and another one of my colleagues, and we both work in that same office. And so the joke is always, we're coming down the hall, you hear the sounds, and I walk in, and almost inevitably somebody always says, "Oh, I know it's going to be you or so-and-so." And I noticed that now. So now when I walk down hallways, especially on hard surfaces, I've become very aware of the way I sound, because when I'm walking down the hall, I know I'm going to walk in the office and somebody's going to make, our joke that we've got, and haha, it's kind of funny. It's like an inside joke that everyone knows now. And so I'm very aware as I'm walking down the hall what I sound like. And I noticed the last couple weeks that I am running. And I mean that. I'm not walking like a normal person. I am literally tippy tapping down the hall. It sounds like I'm in a rush. And when I noticed that, it dawned on me. I thought, everything is going to get done. And it doesn't have to get, if it takes me an extra minute to get to the office, to walk like a normal person, that's fine. Why am I literally running and rushing? And it gets my heart rate up. It gets my body, it gets my mind going. And suddenly everything is racing, and I'm physically racing around the building when there's no reason for that. So it sounds really silly to say that the first thing I did was notice that I'm running around, and I physically make myself slow down. So I take notice of what my heels, what my shoes sound like, And if it sounds like I'm running, I make myself slow down. And something I noticed immediately was when I made myself slow down, everything else in my body also did that. So suddenly my heart wasn't racing anymore. I wasn't feeling like the physical symptoms of anxiety because everything physically slowed down. And then I was noticing the anxious thinking, and I could slow my brain down also. So it's been twofold. So I'm physically making myself slow down. And because I'm doing that, I'm able to take the time to mentally slow down. So those are things that I've been doing to kind of take my time throughout my day, pace myself at a normal person's pace. And it's been easier to manage my stress throughout the day. So I've been doing that. That has been hugely helpful. Also, I'm giving myself pep talks in the morning because I'm so used to the alarm going off and it like immediately snaps me into go mode, and that rushing starts to happen again. So in the morning, I wake up and I don't get up right away. I get up and I kind of take my time getting up, and I'm intentional about this, and I talk myself through my day, and I try to talk myself into kind of like a meditative state and slow down before the day even starts. And that really sets the tone for the entire day. I also tend to like get places super early. So rather than jumping into the day and getting started early and getting ahead, because that's always what I thought I was doing, was getting ahead, when really all I was doing was finding more work for myself, because I was doing all of the same stuff anyway. And then more so because I was finding things to do with my time when I don't really need to. So instead of getting into work much earlier than I really need to just to do all the same stuff, I am dropping Finn off in the morning. I'm getting to work early, and I am sitting and taking some time in my car to not so much meditate. I don't know if I'd call it meditating, but another author I follow online has a lot of really strong opinions about the work that manifestation has done in her life. And so I would say it's more along those lines. I'm sitting in my car and I'm manifesting what I want the day to look like. All of the things that are I'm going through all of the things that are going well for me, all of the things I've accomplished so far that week. And it has been hugely helpful in starting on a positive note, and then it's easier to remind myself throughout the day to keep that narrative positive for the rest of the day. So it's just setting the tone, and it has made a really big difference already in the last few weeks, because I've really just started this at the beginning of April and it's only the 10th, and it has made a giant difference in my stress load. And as a result, I've been able to come home and I'm getting all of the things done I need to at home that used to stress me out, like laundry, chores, cleaning the house. I'm eating better because I am just being more intentional with taking care of myself physically. And I'm spending more time with Finn. That has been great. The quality time, I love that. I am so happy that I'm spending more time with him. And I'm still able to write. And not only am I able to write, but I'm actually getting more done because I'm clearing my mind and I feel good, and I'm actually able to get things done and not feel mentally drained before I even start. Because what has been the case most of this year, and why I've had to move back so many of my project dates, is because I will get through my day, be really stressed out about getting everything done, be really stressed out when I get home about getting everything at home done. And then once I'm able to get a breath, because I haven't taken any of that intentional time for myself or done any of that positive thinking, and all I have done is run with like the negative and what I haven't been able to get done and what I'm anxious about, when I sit down to write, it has been like so difficult to do it just because I'm not able to clear my head enough to do it. So I've been struggling. I was struggling to do the things that I was having, like what brings me joy, essentially, because I've been so weighed down by all the negativity in my life and the stress and just that anxious thinking, the what could possibly happen? What if this doesn't happen? What if I don't get the house cleaned by tomorrow because we have people over tomorrow? just that kind of thinking. And the truth of the matter is, once I really sat myself down, slowed everything down, and got real with myself, a lot of these things are going to happen anyway, whether I rush through them or not. And some of the stuff I've been stressing about doing doesn't even matter. It really doesn't matter. So why am I stressing about it in the first place? And the truth is, I don't need to. And so I feel like a huge weight the last couple weeks have been lifted off of my shoulders, and I've been able to enjoy my time. And I've realized that so much of the stress that I've been feeling is, for one, pressure I've put on myself, but also a lot of it is just environmental stuff. It's stuff that will change as I move into this new era of publishing, and stuff that will change as I finish up these classes. So this will pass, is honestly what it is. I had a moment today at work where I started to have a panic attack. I got really, really dizzy. I didn't feel well, and I happened to be around some nursing people because we were on a college tour, and we happened to be in the nursing section. And the whole time I'm thinking, I'm going to have to grab one of these students to come sit with me. I'm going to have one of these professors talk me through and just check my blood pressure or something, because I think it's spiking. And once I took a little moment to tell myself, this will pass, because it always does, and it's not what I think it is. And once I talked myself through that, got up, moved, I took a walk at a normal person's pace, I came out of it, and suddenly things were fine. And it just reinforced everything I've been thinking, that it's fine. It really is. Everything is fine. This is going to pass. And I'm just working through kind of a stressful time of life, honestly. Finn's really young. He needs me a lot. There's just a lot of stuff going on at work right now because it's just the season for it. Everything will pass, and it will be fine on the other side. Because it always is. And I have the supports in place for that to be the case. So that's a big breath, because that is how I feel. I feel like a lot has just come off my shoulders the last few weeks doing that. So that is what I'm doing more of. Manifesting the life that I want for myself. I, a long time ago, made a graphic and put it on my desk, and it says, oh my gosh, now I'm drawing a blank. Don't ask for a seat at the table when you can build your own table. And that really just falls into the vein of everything that I'm doing right now. And so it's funny that I've come back around to that phrase that I found so helpful so many months ago, because that really is the truth. You can build the life that you want for yourself. It may take some time, and it may mean that you have to go through some storms to do it, but you really do have the control to say, I don't like this, and I'm going to choose to accept the positive parts or move away from the negativity, which is what I am doing. And it really has made all the difference. So talk about self-care. That is what I'm working on for the month of April. So it is only April 10th. So maybe you'll get more reflections on that. I don't know. This section of the video is already really long, so we will see what else I do in the month of April. Thanks, guys. It's the end of April, and I have not given you guys a self-care update in quite some time. So the biggest update, I am still making it through Airifier. I'm halfway in. I've been slowed up because I've been working this month a lot on the hardcover omnibus, which is Project Purple. If you didn't know, I am publishing all 3 of the Guardians of the Six Gate books in an omnibus for all of you. So it'll be hardcover. There are 3 brand new bonus scenes in this book. and I'm going to share it with all of you guys. So it'll come out to Kickstarter first, and Kickstarter, the version will have the sprayed edges. It'll be signed by me, the only place you can get signed books right now. And it'll come with some other really cool exclusive things. So Kickstarter is where you're going to want to look for it first. So after that, it comes out officially on June 17th, which is my birthday. So June 17th, I am launching this book, and that version will be available online. It will not have the sprayed edges, and of course, because it'll be online, it's not going to be signed by me. So get the Kickstarter version. It'll be really fun. But this video is not about the Kickstarter. It is about self-care. So I wanted to let you guys know, since that last clip, or a couple before, where I talked about how I've been slowing things down, being more mindful of my time, taking my time. Since I've done that, I saw my doctor for a yearly checkup, talked about all the things, and that went well. We decided just to continue as things have been going. For my anxiety, I am medicated for that. And I will say, even though this next month is extremely busy and we're already in prep for that, I'm feeling a lot more relaxed ever since I started doing all that mindfulness stuff. So that has paid off big. So I am very pleased with that. I'm very pleased with everything I've accomplished in April, honestly, because I feel better in that sense. I got all of the omnibus stuff planned out and ready to go. So next month, I'm switching focuses a little bit. Curse of Wings and Darkness goes to my editor next month. So it's going to be out of my hands for a little while she works on it. So I'm hoping in May to start working on Trial of Flame and Wings, which is my fantasy romance dragon-esque book. It is the first one I've published. It's not the first one I've written. It's the first one I've published, though, or will publish, that takes place in a complete fantasy world. It's not an urban fantasy, not based in our world. So I am very excited, because that is my favorite thing to write, is completely made up worlds. I love it. So I think you guys will adore this book. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be steamy. It's going to be new adult. I am really excited about it. So be on the lookout for more of that content. If you are a Patreon member, you have already seen content for Trial of Flame and Wings. So exciting things. And I think that's pretty much all of the updates and whatnot I have for the month of April. So thank you guys, as always, for following along. Thank you for listening to me vent occasionally. I'm a little bit of an oversharer, but authenticity is my favorite thing. And I value that a lot. Being an author and just life in general for everybody is really difficult, and it looks different for everybody, and we all have different stress levels, ways we cope, and not all of us can cope with the same amount of stress. So thank you guys for sticking with me through all the stressful moments. I love you guys so much, and I hope these videos are helpful to you, because they're really helpful in keeping me accountable for taking care of myself. So make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. Also in the description box is the link to all of my social media accounts. I'm very active there. I love interacting with all of you guys. And that's pretty much it. So thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.